Okay, I think I'm live now. Everybody, it's great to be back on the show this morning. Thank you, everyone who tuned in or who will tune in today. My name is Isioma Success Olugbenga, and this is the Impact Life Show. It's such a pleasure to be back. And on this new and special series, the Independent Special Series. Today on the show, I have with me two amazing young dynamic minds. I'm super excited to talk about them and to even have them on the show with me. It's such a pleasure and a delight for me. Our independent edition is supposed to help us have conversations around the next 60 years of our nation, Nigeria. If you're watching from anywhere in the world, this is airing from Lagos, Nigeria, and we are super excited to be having this new and special series airing all through this month of October. Incidentally, we didn't start last week, but today and this afternoon, we are just going to start off the show. And like I said, I have two amazing people in the studio with me. I'm going to be showing them to you very quickly. But before I continue, I would like you to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please follow us on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Scrolling now on your screen, you see the link. That's the link you should click on and subscribe. Press the subscribe button and subscribe to our channel so that you can keep us on YouTube. Today on the show, we are talking about making impact as a Nigerian citizen the next 60 years. And while we thought about this particular series and the theme for the series, we were actually thinking about the young people, the younger generation. And I'm young, I'm pretty young, and I'm sure you agree with me. But we were talking about some dynamic minds and perspective that we've not, as a nation, allowed to air their views about the development of Nigeria. What a way to move into the future, than actually listening to these people. So it's such a pleasure and a delight for me to bring up some of this wonderful young minds that are already doing amazing work of impact and leadership, that are already inspiring leadership, inspiring impact among their peers. And I tell you, their perception and perspective about nation building is on another level. And so, with me today, without much ado, I will just go to introduce my guests. Two of them, like I said. The first is Winifred Namdi. I'll read very quickly her profile too, Winifred Namdi. And the second person is, it's a tongue twister. I'm going to try, that name. But I know that I told him that I'm just going to call him Obasanjo Fajek. Yes, that's what I'm going to call him. Fajemiro Kun. I guess that's the name. Fajemiro Kun. Obasanjo Fajemiro Kun, an amazing, wonderful young man, and he's doing a beautiful work already. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm just feeling so blushy I'm just excited this afternoon. And I'll quickly just bring up my guest with me, Winifred Namdi. You're welcome.
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
these are my
Isioma.
beautiful guests today. Yes, 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 yes. It's so good to have you on the show. This is the Impact Life
Thank
Show,
you.
and you're here with me today
Thank you very
on
much.
the show. Yes, it's such a delight and a pleasure. What a privilege, what a time to live.
I think I lost her. All right, so we have to wait for her.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. What a privilege and pleasure to have you. Like I said, behind the scenes, one of the greatest gifts I want Nigeria to have in the next 60 years is uninterrupted internet supply. Yes, that's one of the one most important, well, not most important, at least for now and for this show, is such a very integral part of our development as a nation, amongst many other things. Today, on the roads of Lagos and on the roads of Nigeria, most cities, we are having youths and young people demonstrating for a major concern of our nation at this time, the End SARS movement, the End SARS movement. We are protesting and actually just peacefully speaking to our government and asking them to listen to us, because we as young people want to be heard. We deserve to be heard. We deserve to be heard. And so today we want to listen to ourselves, because I'm also young, so I'm going to be listening to ourselves. We are going to be listening to ourselves. Yes. So today, like I said, our topic today is to
Yes.
actually look at the next 60 years in Nigeria as citizens of this nation. If you're watching us, you're not a Nigerian, please just listen and talk to us in the comment section about our conversation today. So, very quickly, I'll just ask that we introduce ourselves. And I think I will let the man go first so that they don't think, the viewers don't think that I'm being
Okay.
to introduce himself.
Oh,
So,
thank you so much.
Mr. OBJ, can you go first in introduction? Can you tell us
Yeah.
about yourself? Can we meet you?
Oh, sure. Thank you so much, Isioma. Um, my name is Obasunjo Fajenrokun. I'm proud to be on the Media for Impact show. It's an honor to be here. I'm a Teach for Nigeria alumnus. I'm also the founder and team lead of Brace Up the Young, a youth-led organization educating and mentoring young people in low-income communities to be innovative leaders in Nigeria. I'm very much passionate about providing access to quality education, especially for marginalized children and young people in low income communities. This is what I do daily, and this is what I do all around. This is my only two way of impacting Nigeria and making sure we have a better nation in 60 years to come. Thank you very much.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, OBJ. Can we talk? Can we have you, Winifred? Can we meet you? Can you tell us about you?
Thank you for this privilege. Actually, it's a privilege to be on this show. I'm Nnamdi Winifred. I'm also an alumnus in Teach for Nigeria, and I'm the founder of Kid Extraordinary Academy, and also I'm the program coordinator. And so at KidX, we have it's our goal to raise a whole brain child. That means the leadership and NGOs are already doing a lot in the academic part of a child's life. So we come up to help the child and the teen to build a better storyboard for their future and the future of Nigeria that they want to see. Thank you. We've lost her again. Can you hear me, Vijay?
Yes, I can hear you. So I think we would just like to know more about Kid X and tell us how you are impacting Nigeria with Kid X, your impact, reach, and
All right.
to let us know more while we wait for her.
Okay, so at KidX, our major focus is on the leadership and financial aspects of life, helping children from age 3 to 18 to draw a better storyboard through 21st century skill. You know, the kind of curriculum that we have in Nigeria does not give room for teachers to actually get the children to to develop and practice or master the 21st century skill. And so we thought it wise that we had to get this skill in its simplest form, because we found out that around the jobs, all the job vacancies, nobody's looking for a doctor, an accountant. Yes, there is, but they're looking for something analytical skills, ability to synthesize, to think critically, to problem solve. So we need to get them to the point that they can find out their own motivation and then use it to continue learning, not waiting for their own teacher and not waiting for anybody around. It's like a self-paced, finding their own learning. You know, in the classroom, we teach children to take charge of their own learning. But if they can be able to take the charge of their own learning within and outside the classroom, I think with that we can produce competent Nigerians that would help change the narrative of our society. So at KidX, we go through phases that would help the child to learn how to manage resources, learn how to engage or give back to the society, and learn how to start off an enterprise or a business or a career and still be successful without being pressurized, without being taken back by what the situation around. What I mean is, most of the youths just take up any job because they just want the money. But the question should be, what do you want to change? If they're able to manage their resources, I think they can find a way to actually provide for themselves and still give back to the society, not Nigerians or youths that will be able to, that want to actually go um, that would I call it like selfishness, or I don't think I'll use that selfishness because most of them have a lot of financial burden on their shoulders. So if you can get them to actually manage their resources as little at an early stage or early time in life, I think with that practice over the years would help them find a cause, find a fulfillment, find a path to impact on his or her own environment. I think we're not asking for that citizen to really impact the whole Nigeria. Yeah, we can start from our family, we can start from our compound, we can start from that our street, we can start from that our local government, and then it spreads. If everybody had this mindset, I think we'll have a better Nigeria.
Oh, that was a great job.
Thank you.
Nice job, yeah, you're doing, Winifred.
Thank you so much. And I've been able to follow you up, and I would want to know more about what you do at Brace of the Young. Can you just give us like, can you give
Okay,
me a kind of breakdown, help us understand the activities and everything? Okay, she's back.
okay. So
Okay,
yeah,
hi.
I think we
Okay,
lost her again. So
okay.
why we are waiting
I don't know
for
what's
Brace of
going
the
on
Young, like I
today.
said,
Okay.
You want to say something?
oh, welcome back, ma.
Welcome.
Since you wanted to say something.
I think you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes, we
can.
can.
Oh, great. Okay. So, amazing, amazing. But I didn't hear how as it's closed in. But I know we've talked about a few things, and I totally like the dimension of the fact that you're gearing to ensure that young people are able to quickly come into what
We lost again. I think Mr. OBJ, you can continue before
Okay.
she come on.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Winifred. So at Praise of the Young, we have discovered, just like research have shown and experience have shown over the years, that Nigeria is facing a huge leadership gap, and this needs to be filled.
Yeah.
If we want Nigeria to be better in the next 60 years, we need to start grooming teenagers and youth to become leaders in future. And this we are doing by educating and mentoring young people to become innovative leaders in future. The world is moving in a very fast pace, and leadership is part of where everyone has to go through, whether in the family or at the church or at the mosques, at our worship centers, at our schools, at our environment. Leadership has become so essential that you don't need anybody. You just need to lead. You don't need to wait for people again anymore. So this is what we do. We do this by equipping youths and teenagers with soft skills and in-demand soft skills majorly, and leadership skills for the future. And we also believe no leader can become so fruitful or reach its full potential without having access to quality education. This is why we also provide access to quality education for teenagers, majorly secondary school students and children in low income communities, to be able to access basic education. We believe so much in the power that irrespective of where you come from in this world, you deserve a right, you deserve an access to quality education. It is a right, it is something we cannot just joke with, and that is what we are doing at Praise of the Young. Also, we also engage youths in civic engagement, because we so much know and believe that we so much know and have found out from research that irrespective of the role youth play, we need to get involved in governance. We need to get involved to know our political processes, because this is the top echelon of leadership. This is where leadership emanates from in our country. Basically, this
yeah.
field actually affects every little thing we do, and even to the market women there. Thank you. Welcome back.
Fantastic.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you. Thank you for
Uh,
closing the gap. Thank
that's a
you. It was
lovely.
sorry, you want to say something, Winifred? You want to say
Yes,
something?
that's an inspiring one.
Yes,
That's an
from Shegun,
inspiring
right?
work. Yes, yes,
Obasanjo. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So what see now? I put Olusegun. I put Shegun in in your name, and that's not part of it. I've told you this.
Yes.
I've told you this Obasanjo thing is making me think about you in another light. No problems. Okay, so very quickly, I'm going to ask both of you. You know, Nigeria at 60. What emotions does this elicit? What I've heard on the week we celebrated our 60th, October 1st, a lot of people, a lot of reactions about Nigeria at 60. What do you think? What do both of you think? I need you to share, with our viewers. What do you think as a young person in Nigeria? What are the emotions that 60 years elicit from you? Yeah, so who
Or
goes
should I
first?
go
Winifred
first?
can go first. Yeah, you can go first.
All right. I think the Nigeria at 16 at first I was like, what came to my mind was Nigeria is 60 years. So this is the age of retirement. You know that kind of feeling? This is the age of retirement. So
Oh my
but
goodness.
on the other but the other area, I think I've been able to see some kind of bright light. Thanks to COVID-19, we are able to see youth do plenty things. We've been able to hear the voice of youth that we never knew existed. So I think for me, irrespective of the area we find, the situation we find ourselves in Nigeria, I think there are a lot of survivors. For me, I
Yeah.
feel we'll survive. For me, I know Nigeria will survive because seeing a lot of youth coming up with different strategies to make Nigeria a better nation. And what's more, can be so exciting to see both celebrities, youths come up to air their voice to police brutality. Like I think it gave me like a sense of yes, this is us. I knew there was a time I was privileged to represent Nigeria in Geneva Peace Week. So I found out that we cannot sit down in our house and ask for peace. So Nigerians, we need to come out and coming out this, I think this 60 years that Nigeria clocked is actually a blessing to us. For me, I already know I have my voice. I know that I have my voice out there and people are listening to me, but we are getting more people out there. And I'm not in doubt that Nigeria would surpass, like Nigeria was the eagle that the whole entire world never saw growing. And by the
Wow.
time we are going to fly, it's going to be an amazement. It's something that would really take them unaware because I know that everybody is gathering their momentum and we're ready to fly. For me, I never felt down. I never felt insecure. I feel I'm in the right place. I was born in the right country and I will do the right thing together with everyone. With one Nigeria, one unity, we would excel. I think that's the emotion I have for Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. You're such the energy, your passion is so infectious any day,
Thank you.
Winifred. Like I remember, and I feel your passion because I could be that passionate too, and that's such a blessing that you have that sort of mindset. Your perspective, is not in the negative, and that's a blessing. That's a blessing because
Thank
yes,
you.
I totally also recognize and validate the fact that a lot of people have varying emotions about Nigeria at
Yes. Yeah.
but in all that we have as our emotions, we must find positivity. We must see the end of the tunnel because without vision, we can actually arrive in the next 60
Yeah.
years. It is vision that
Yes.
keeps us till the next 60 years. It is vision that makes us to keep fighting until and keep inspiring and keep becoming keep leading so that we can actually inspire other people into the next 60 years. Can we get your thoughts, Obasanjo, about your emotions, the emotions Nigeria at 60 elicited in you, or has elicited in you so far?
I think we lost him.
Okay. While he's trying to get back to while he's trying to get back to the call, I would like to ask you, Winifred, what do you think has been your toughest call as a young person in this country, because you speak with so much optimism, and someone viewing could just think that, oh, maybe she's one of those she's one of those people born with bread and butter on our table. Can you tell us one of your toughest call as a person, as a young person in this country?
Okay, so I understand you because a lot of people around me think I have everything figured out. But growing up, I knew my dad was one of the richest in my town. But way to when I was in secondary school, I think we almost lost everything. So I've already seen the good parts and the bad parts, and the ability to pick myself from there and understand the loopholes, what made or why things happen. I think I started looking out for my voice. I wanted to learn how to manage my resources and manage people around. So growing up was really tough for me, knowing the kind of Nigeria we had, and we are seven in my house. We had seven children. I have six siblings. So all of us we are basically in State University. So you know how it will be very tough for someone that retired that does not have anything to train us. It was really rough, but we had to. For me, I had to get myself back and fight. Like I need to fight, motivate myself, and I think the toughest call was the time when I realized that I can't just have everything. And I was just struggling to just get my education, my university degree. I think that was the toughest for me. And being someone that um, I had this impression that anything we're doing is worth doing well. So I tell myself, wherever you are, give it your best so that in the next 10 years, you will not look back and tell yourself, oh, I wish I gave it 1 more minute. I wish I gave it 2 more minutes. I wish I was more consistent. So that is my mindset. So when we are struggling financially in my family, I think I still struggle to give it my best so that if standing now,
Go on.
struggling um struggling with the financial aspect of schooling, I think I gave it my best. That standing now, even if I look back, I just tell myself I did the best I could while I was in school. So I think that was the toughest part. Like I don't want to go into details because most
We will
times it
come
would
back to
try
you,
to,
Fred.
yes.
Yeah, because of our time constraint, I want Obasanjo to talk about. I talked about the emotion that Nigeria at 60 elicits from you as a person, and what has been your toughest call as a young person in this country?
Okay, thank you very much. The network has been quite funny.
Yeah.
Um,
And before you talk,
okay,
I
so
just
the
want to.
the
I
emotions
did
Nigeria.
this. Sorry, I did this very, very quickly. Did you notice that I'm wearing green, he's wearing white, and she's wearing green? That's like green,
Oh my
white, green.
god.
I actually
Really?
spot it. So we can have
Wow.
that synergy, and that is Nigeria.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Oh
we are so
Nigeria.
in sync. Yes, we are so one in this setup and in this. So just go on. I just wanted you to acknowledge that. Yeah, go on. So OBJ, let's hear you.
Oh, that's
Mhm,
that's
yeah.
that's a great setup. Uh, okay, yeah. So that's a great idea. So Nigeria at 60, for me, it evokes two mixed feelings. Basically, one that making me feel excited. We have gone 60 years together, 60 years through peace, 60 years being united, 60 years growing, 60 years knowing that irrespective of our cultural diversities, irrespective of our religious affiliation or political participation, irrespective of beliefs, both cultural and religious, we have been one for 60 years. And this has shown that we are bigger entity standing together with each other, and this for me is great. And secondly, it brings a feeling of hope, seeing how the youth has responded to various issues in the last 60 years. The youth have been developing themselves over the last 60 years. We have become better over the last 60 years. We have
Oh, we lost him.
So I'm sure he's a techie guy, so he'll find a way to get back. Yeah, it's just back.
Not sure.
So I must keep this flow. So I'll just do this right. Yes, you're back.
Okay.
You're back. Fajek, you're back.
I think he's
hello.
frozen.
Yes, you're
Yes, we
back.
can hear you. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
can.
can.
Okay, so like I was saying, over the last 60 years, the youth have evolved, and it shows a feeling of hope for Nigeria. It shows we'll become greater in future, and this is how the last 60 years at Nigeria 60 has been for me. How I feel about Nigeria 50. So you asked again.
Today is a beautiful day. Okay, so Winifred, while we have him back later soon, what are as part of your thoughts and your dreams, what are your greatest desires for Nigeria, and what part can young people play in the next 60 years, in your opinion? What part can we play? What are your greatest desires, and what part can young people play in impacting the next 60 years in Nigeria?
Thank you for the question. For me, what my greatest desire is having citizens that have the same orientation of green Nigeria with zero tolerance for corruption. I look
Yes.
forward to a Nigeria where the whites are always longing and dreaming to visit. I I look okay. Should I continue or just have
Please go
Obi
on.
to
Please
talk?
go on. Please go on.
I look forward to a Nigeria
Hello,
where we show the standard, we show the world the standard of
can you
living.
hear me?
Yes, we
Yes, we
can.
can. Yes, we can hear you now. Winifred is on the call. She's saying something. We'll take that after you. We'll take you after her.
So I look forward to
Okay,
a
okay.
Nigeria whereby everyone have the right to air their opinion, and people come out to say their mind without being threatened. So that is my greatest desire. Anything that will get us there, that is my greatest desire. And I would say that for young people, you can't just sit back and wait until you become leaders, like the leaders in quotes, be a politician, be a senator, or probably be the president of Nigeria. No, you have to start leading yourself. Leading yourself in the sense that you find your own motivation, find your own deep why, not just why, because you would definitely see people, you would definitely be drawn to people's opinions or people's movement. Like when I see other people making impact, you feel for them, you want to be a part of that movement, yes, but your deep why are you here? You know definitely that bring what makes us um, feel fulfilled is the ability to help each other. There was something I tried out. Like, if you're depressed, try helping someone that can never pay you back. By the time you do it, even if you do it with your last cash, you find out that you feel better. So you find out that it's not power that makes us who we are. There is
Yes.
something deep. So for you to find your deep why, you need to sit down and draw, like look at your life map, go back, look at your high time, your low time, what has been the basis of your decision, what has pivoted your decisions, what
Mhm.
core values have pivoted it. I think by the time you go back from when you were small, look at what the circumstances that surrounded your birth, things that surrounded your environment then, your high times when you were very, very high, times that you felt so, oh, I've reached, I've accomplished this, the time you were very, very down. By the time you look at it, you see some occurrences of um some kind of placement. There will be a sequence that you definitely find. You will find that there has been a cause that have been driving you, and for me, that is your path. Irrespective of what happens around, that will still be something that will push you forward. So I would not tell you to maybe go out there and start leading people. Go back and really know the area, know your platform. That's basically what I would say. Know your platform, be able to equip yourself, because right now, in as much as the world is so distracting, in as much as the world is so distracting, everybody demands, they demand high level of competence in whatever you're doing. So the ability to motivate yourself and learn and get yourself to the point that even when you stand mm, when you stand in front of the learned or kings, you find out that you are able to defend that cause. You find out that you already know the roots, you know the reason why you do what you do. So for me, for youth, I would not say be innovative. Yes, there is, but there's something way behind. If you can find that deep why, it would be the reason for you to maybe find a way or think around whatever thing you want to change. I think that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Winifred. It's been great just listening to you share so passionately. I would have
Thank you.
OBJ talk to us now about what he. Sorry about the bouncing off of your network. Um, would have you talk about your toughest call as a young person in Nigeria. What has been your toughest call as a young person in Nigeria? Yeah,
Uh,
OBJ, your turn.
Sorry, please, you are breaking.
Okay, so I said, what has been your
Can
toughest
you come again with
call?
the question?
What has been your toughest call as a young person in Nigeria? What has been your toughest call as a young person in Nigeria? What has been your toughest call as a young
Okay.
person?
Oh, thank you very much. For me, my toughest call and how will I put it? Okay, so my toughest call for me as a young person in Nigeria is leaving my field of study to become an educator. So I found a
Yeah.
passion in providing access to quality education, and I left. Basically, I studied business administration in school. I left the administrative field to become an educator in class. So that has been my toughest call. A lot of people was like, "Oh, what are you doing in class? Why are you in class? Your picture shows you are teaching children. Are you a teacher now?" Yes, but this is what I
Yeah.
find joy in, and this is what I do with every passion in me. So at first, starting it in 2017, it was very difficult for me at first because everybody was expecting me to either be a banker or work somewhere, and I was like, no, okay. So I found passion in education. For me, so far, that has been my toughest call so far as a young person.
Fantastic. I just love the fact that you were very straightforward with those emotions of how people see you with children, and that's one
Yes.
of the problems that we have. And I know you had talked about it, Winifred. You had talked
Yeah,
about
they've told me
yeah,
several times. Are you now
yeah.
a teacher?
Are you
This is not where
kidding?
you are meant to be. Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Okay. So I see the fact that expectations for the Nigerian youth. One of the major, because yes, now we're going to go to talk more about the End SARS movement. And like I told, I've shared a bit with you guys earlier in the day. Um, I was trying to say that the agitation is not, it started with the End SARS issue, but it is
Yeah.
not just about the End SARS. And that's something that
Yeah.
needs to be so clear. It's not about the End SARS, just about the End SARS. There are so many issues. Nigeria as a nation has so many issues on the front burner. We cannot, that it's just that everybody is just grown tired. We are tired of these issues not getting attention. We are tired of our government paying lip service to the things that are real issues for us as a nation. And so people are out there not just talking about SARS. SARS is one of those things, but it is way beyond that. Young people are hungry, young people are jobless, young people need help. When people get to a place of overwhelm, they can no longer contain the things going on their inside, and they just want to express it. So I hear both of you and I listen to what you're saying. And one of the things I pick from it is your own personal resilience. You have been able to actually lead yourselves, and show the examples of what the impact you speak about should be by leading yourselves. You understand? And it's not
Yeah.
like Winifred, you made mention of the fact that your dad was one of the wealthiest around the community where you were at the time, but everything got, down the drain eventually. And you were able to put yourself together and pick yourself from that place of privilege to a place where you began to truly focus on what was important and necessary so that you can have you will be able to stand and build a life, the life that you truly desire to have. And that is so profound. That is so profound because every young person in this country needs to understand that if yes, and this is not talking for SARS. I'm not even there at all. So I'm just saying that, but in all of these things, when all of this is said and done, what happens to us? What happens to every young person in this country? When police reforms has begun and all of those issues have been sorted out, there are still major issues. We still have major issues. One of which is, you talked about it, Winifred, leading yourself. How much are we leading ourselves? How much do we know of ourselves? How much are we willing to truly understand and begin to live and lead in ways that our lives begin to show the map for other people to walk through? What of you told me you became educators, and today we are still going to talk about the nonprofit, how the work that you do as social entrepreneurs is so crucial to the building up of Nigeria in the future. But this is so important that in actually becoming educators, you have grown, you have evolved, you are becoming leaders in your own rights. You are becoming influencers, even if it were for young children, in your own right, because those young children that you're influencing are becoming the leaders that you would see tomorrow be in charge of the affairs. So I want you both to talk about, and this is so important because it's just the sound of some of the things going on in Nigeria at the moment. We all need to have these things in perspective and understand that until we truly begin to lead from ourselves, we don't really get the real change happening. So I want us to talk about the role of nonprofits and social enterprises in the building of our nation the next 60 years. what do you see? Both of you are, you are either involved in a nonprofit, or you have volunteered in one before, or you are actually working in a social enterprise right now. You founded two, I know both of you also founded social enterprises. Can you talk about what you think that your role, or the role of social enterprises and nonprofits, is in the building of the new Nigeria? So we can have Obasanjo go first.
Yeah.
Are you here with us? Seems frozen. Okay, while he's coming back, can you share on that, Winifred?
Before I go to the main point, I would like to share a story that I heard while growing up. I heard about a man, a pastor, who was led by the Spirit to preach to a very young man. Then I think he really dismissed that feeling. And in years to come, something happened. Um, the headmistress, the headmaster of his daughter
Yeah.
raped his daughter.
Wow. The
So
headmistress.
he was really furious, and he stepped into the office like he was with the police. He was ready to take it to the highest level. And then when he opened the door, lo and behold, it was that same man that he would have changed years back that did that. And then he was demoralized. He couldn't do anything. He did not even arrest him because he felt guilty. He felt he was actually the one that raped his daughter. And why am I saying this? Irrespective of right now, you might feel that you don't really have a direct impact of what Nigeria is doing now, or you've not really been a part or a victim of the inequality or inequity that exists around all sectors, both in the legal aspect and governance, in as much as it will definitely have something to do with our own future. So
Yeah.
we know the saying that we are preparing ourselves, we are preparing for me as an educator, we prepare our students for the future that we don't know. We prepare them
Yeah.
for the jobs that don't exist. So this is what it feels like. We don't know what we are doing right now, but there is something that cascades reactions. We need to stand on the gap, no matter how little. For me, even if it's just one child, even if
Yeah.
it's just one woman, even if it's just one man, is a social is something you're doing. That's why I'm so passionate about civic engagement, ability to look around the environment and find something that you'd really change. I believe in writing my name in the sands of time, like when names are being called about people that reformed the educational sector. I want my name to be written there because non-profits come in a way to bridge the gap that our leaders have failed to see, but they choose not to pay attention to that. And so non-profit has come to really hold hands together and fight against all the social vices that exist. For us, if I'm a sand, like let me just use this analogy. If peradventure I'm a sand and I'm not doing anything, and I did not give myself to any building, water can still come and wash me away. I am not safe in as much as maybe where I am would be on a dry ground. But if we come together
Yeah.
as different and build a block, others come
Yeah.
together, build and become a block, and peradventure will build a mansion. There is
Yeah.
nothing, there is no wind. Even in years to come, there is nothing
Yeah.
that is going to pull us down. So for me, I feel
Yeah.
non-profit, we need more. genuine non-profits that are making if I will need to support them, because the government has failed to support the individuals. Imagine it's a non-profit organization that is taking the responsibility of giving it Nigerian citizens free education, where we already have a system that should do that,
Yes.
but they've just some said they selected a few and others are selectively dismissed out of that scheme. The
Yes.
people that are in remote, they are being selectively dismissed. And for me, I feel we should stand up, go back to the grassroots,
That's right.
not really coming out on the media, but going back down to the grassroots. Because that young child, that young boy that you did not help, that you did not even speak to, that you did not talk to, that young child might tomorrow become an alaye. He
Mm,
or she might turn out to be armed robber. He or she might
mm,
possibly turn out to be the president of Nigeria without no education, which we
yeah.
know that somehow it is our reality. And he or she might not even know what to do on that seat, might not even have an orientation. So if we don't stand up, even to that child you see on the street, just one child, so it's so easy to get the parents of these children to comply. Like I find it more easy to work with stakeholders in underserved communities to stakeholders in served communities, because in
Mm,
served communities you have protocols that you need to observe, and by the time you're reaching you want to observe everything, you see your passion dwindling. But that underserved, it ignites you to do more. They give you that support, they open up their heart because they are willing to be better, but they don't have the resources. So I feel non-profit organizations have come to really bridge the gap that our fathers, our leaders have failed to bridge. And so for me, I feel it's one way for us to really become one nation, because you see that more non-profit organizations are really organizations that project the stories. They are really the
yeah.
ones that get the international, that give us the international um attention that we need in Nigeria. And so for me, I go with non-profits. Like I really go with them. I support what non-profits are doing, and I wish will grow to become a strong force that can withstand even hurricane.
Wow,
Thank
that's
you.
so great. Yeah, and I hope so too. I trust that, it will truly become a formidable force that
Yes.
would play a vital role in the next 60 years in Nigeria. You
And
know,
and
what sorry, you said something?
And why I believe that we are going to reach there is that there are lots of collaboration already taking place. People
Yeah,
are
which, bring- which
collaborating,
brings me
people,
which brings me to what I want to talk about, or what I wanted to ask about, how our individual impact becomes a national force. How our individual impact become a national force. And you're just talking about collaboration now, which is so
yes,
vital. One person is not a one man's job. So your
yes,
impact in with my impact will make this whole change that we seek. That's what will
yes,
take us to the change that we desire for our
yes.
nation in the next 60 years. The NSAS movement, what are your thoughts? What are the thoughts in your heart as a young person? I know you've mentioned it before, but
Yes.
can you speak to that?
For me, I want them to end it, and also reform. Let there be a reformation in the police department. Because I will share a personal story. During the coronavirus period, the lockdown period, I almost lost two of my cousins to police brutality. If not for the social media, they took they had to voice out on social media, you need to see their faces. Actually, they shot at one of my cousin, but he mistakenly, like, he dodged it, like he escaped from the bullet. So when the movement started, it took me back to how I would have felt if I lost two of my cousins. It took me back to knowing that there are people, innocent people, that have really lost their lives, and because of the nonchalant attitude of the police department. For me, I feel people should not be given license to just end people's life without being questioned. They Since something is something you can really go through it, like something that you will not be disturbed about ending. Like, everybody's life matters, even a day old baby's life matters, because you don't know what the kind of virtues that child carries. You don't know the kind of change the child will be bringing to the environment. So everybody's life matters. For me, I think the end SARS movement is okay. And in when the Inspector General of Police released what they wanted to put in place, I think I had a problem with the number 2 and 3. I was like, no, this is for me. I think the statement was like, oh, we are getting a SARS Pro. You know, when you have Hot 6, like when you have Hot 6 phone and you now have Hot 6 Pro. So I was like, oh, you people want to get a SaaS Pro without really putting policies, giving us a breakdown. We need to know. It's not just give us five statements and tell us that this is what we want to do. No, give us, break it down for us. Let us know. Let's know our rights. How would a policeman ask me for my phone? It's my privacy. You should have a warrant to search me before taking my phone to check what I'm doing with my phone. And if they're properly equipped, they would have tracked everything that I'm doing with my phone, or everything I'm doing on my phone before even approaching me and having the right to maybe using my phone as an evidence against me. For me,
Okay. Very
I go with I go my voice. I'm really of the fact, like, I'm
yeah.
among those that really want us to end SARS and
Yeah. So
reform
so
the
so great.
police.
Fantastic. So great. I get you and I hear you. And I know that the whole essence of what we are saying is to ensure that we as citizens are heard.
Yes.
Yeah. So we need, there is a need to be heard. I can hear an echo. Is it from you?
No, it's not.
Okay, great. Um, so we need to be heard as a people, and I think that the agitation of many young people is that um, before now we had not been heard, and it's important that we now get to a place where our governments have to be accountable to us. And it also is great. I like the fact that Obasanjo is back, and I want you to speak quickly to how everyday people in their teens and in their 20s can actually begin to make impact every day as citizens of this country. Obasanjo, did you
So
hear
much for
that?
that question. So much for that question.
Is he with us? Is he?
Yes, I'm with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so young people can make impact in their own little. We wait for the government to do things for us, and this is no more the way.
Wow.
Wow. It's really so interesting that he's been really trying to get his network together.
Yes.
But okay, we need to go now, and so I would want you to share one last word to our viewers, those that will watch later. I know many people would watch later and will see the video. What would you like to leave with us as the greatest way we can begin to live impactfully as citizens?
For
Yeah, we can hear you.
the greatest way
I think
to
you're
live
different.
a
Let's
life of
check.
impact.
Let's let Obasanjo finish. Can we let Obasanjo finish? Let's let him finish.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Is he with us? Can we take that?
Can you hear us?
OBJ, can you hear us?
I think it's frozen.
Okay, go on, Winifred.
So for me, to live a life of impact, you must understand that the world is changing, the world is running, everything is evolving, and we need to catch up with the speed. You cannot run with yesterday's mindset. So for me, you need to evolve and also understand that nobody is going to do that for you. Nobody is going to change Nigeria for you except you. Nobody is going to change you except you. So the understanding of that nobody owe you anything and you owe yourself everything is the first step to having living a life of impact, because you cannot make somebody feel better if you've never felt better. You can never change someone if you've never changed. You need to understand, you don't need to be empathetic. Get it from the field of how, from the view of how you felt when you were changing, when you were evolving. That's the only thing that can make you to connect. And we talk about love languages, things that connect us to people. Yeah, people like service, like in service, words of affirmation, different things. But the greatest love language is experience. Once you're speaking my experience language, we connect as if we've known for a very long time. You see yourself, you don't even know when you see yourself in that person, because you already know that, oh, this is my own reality. So I think that as if you've not garnered experience, you've never learned, if you've never evolved, there's nothing that will make you see the need to cause change, to bring about change in your environment, to bring about change in your family, to bring about change in your street. So you yourself, you need to evolve. You need to speak the understand that even if you want um to make impact, you need to go down to the grassroots, get their story, understand them, be willing to help them, so that when you are speaking, people, you can be able to raise up other leaders. You can be able to raise other people that are living, that have lost their voice, other people living in fear. You see what Aisha Yusuf is doing. You see people are coming up. You see the kind of, when she stood, it's really cascaded the rate of protest. Like, people had to stand because they were like, yes, all of us, we need to speak out. People that feel, oh, because I'm protecting my own religion, I cannot just lend my voice. No, she defied that norm, and she spoke. So when she spoke, people that already were in that fear, that never wanted to lend their voice, they had to spring forth. They had to rise up to start fighting, to start lending their voice so that the government will hear. So if you've never gone to that grassroots, if you've never taken that first seat, don't think somebody will be able to drive you or cause the change that you want to see. So I think the point is learn how to evolve, get down to the grassroots, change your own self, evolve yourself, learn the story, and then share your experience. People definitely will be impacted. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Winifred. It's such a wonderful time with you on the show
Thank
today. We
thank
overshot
you.
our time and we need to go now. And to our
Yeah.
viewers that will watch now or later, this is saying that, as a citizen of Nigeria, the change starts with you. Yes, so the change starts with you. You need to put away the old person and put on a new person. The next 60 years in Nigeria is going to be phenomenal. Are you ready?
Yes.
Am I ready? The question is we need to, the handwriting is all over the place. We need to know that this is not business as usual. We all need to evolve. And if we do not, then the change will catch up with us. The change will overrun us. And so it's so important that every one of us, we need to arise, begin to think about what we can do to make the Nigeria of our dream a reality. The Nigeria of our dream will not happen on us. It will be because we took a stand and we put our shoulder to the work of the new Nigeria. From
Yeah.
me, my name again is Isioma Success Olubenga. From all of us on the crew, we say thank you for watching. And until we come your way next time, it is bye from me and from my beautiful guest. It's so sad that we couldn't have that call away from we couldn't have the last words from Obasanjo, but I know that he is wishing us all well, and hopefully
Yeah.
we will have him back on the show soon. So from Winifred and I, we want to say thank you and bye bye until
Thank
we
you so
see you.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Bye bye, guests.